This is about the artist Kevin McKay, an Australian artist who has been turning his life into a kind of postmodern art form. He has been leading a lynch mob in an effort to kill his own father, David McKay. And if his mother gets hurt alongside his father, he doesn't care. This may sound like a highly outrageous thing for anyone to be saying, but he has been a participant in a hate site, a website online, in which his friends are carefully constructing, with his assistance, a false pedophile claim so that they can incite a lynch mob. Now look at his art. He does urban landscapes, dry, devoid of all humanity. It's work that can be, I suppose, in an abstract form, an interesting form of artwork. He has skill, obviously. But skill doesn't mean anything when it comes to moral character. This video appears in an article in freedomisSacred.blogspot.com. So if you're looking at this video without seeing that article, there's a link in it somewhere that you can paste and hook over. If you're in YouTube, you should be able to hook right over. Again, absolutely no humanity. Now, this essay that he wrote contains a photograph of a man being tortured. It's very interesting in many ways. Postmodernism as a paradoxical extension of Enlightenment logic and its opposing other. In response to the hegemony of modernism and the failure of its cultural forms and rhetoric to counter the material constant of capitalism. That's just gobbledygook. It doesn't really mean anything. You can pull it apart, and it suggests that maybe our past art forms didn't do any good for us because capitalism rages out of control. And it's an interesting discussion, but basically it's a fairly simple statement. Why does it require a photograph of a human being tortured? But that is a live human being with his eyelids and lips sewn shut. That man was tortured for the purpose of that photograph. Was he a starving man that Kevin McKay took advantage of? We don't know. Was it somebody else who did it, and Kevin McKay is simply exploiting the existence of the photograph? We don't know. But it's very interesting considering that Kevin McKay is trying to accuse his own father of pedophilia in a sense that he himself has admitted is false. He has deliberately fed these accusations to a mentally ill man, a man who has Asperger's syndrome. And he has fed these accusations to a mob who have a financial interest in robbing his father. See, Kevin McKay is an interesting coward of the most despicable sort. He won't confront his parents over anything himself, only with a gang or a mob and in a public internet sense does he do such things. The rest of the article is more gobbledygook about the postmodernism. And I can tell you that the purpose of those articles about postmodernism is to get government money. Kevin McKay lives off the taxpayers. But the significance is that this is a photograph, okay? This is like the famous Mapplethorpe pedophile, a man who took similar photographs of young boys being sexually tortured. And they love to demonstrate to the general public their ability to get away with crimes where you can't escape looking at them. You can't ignore that they exist. You can't say this was the artist's imagination. This is a photograph of a man being tortured. It's in Kevin McKay's website. Here he is. The only human being. He does have a couple of portraits of his patrons, but it's very interesting as he hides behind his artwork, his persona as artist. And he's going to get away with what's going on. If his father, there were recently some people accidentally killed in Australia by a mob who were whipped up by rumors of pedophilia that turned out to be false. They ran after the wrong people. This man knows that that can happen, and he's doing it to his own father and mother. But what's really concerns me is the organized criminal gang that he's part of, which is an American gang that has been getting away with this kind of crime for years. The list of murderers attributable to this gang include Emmett St. Guillen and a number of others. Artists who don't cooperate with these people discover how violent they are. Kevin McKay is obviously more than happy to cooperate, giving up his own parents. And parents who are absolutely innocent of the accusations he encourages his friends to make while he stands aside and claims he's no part of it. But yet he's promoted their entire forum website and participated every step of the way. The Australian taxpayers are paying the hit mob through Kevin McKay. The money that's moving through that mob is moving through art grants. It's moving through Australian taxpayer money the same way as it has moved through American taxpayer money for years. I want you to wake up, Australia. We've had to put up with this kind of filth here in this country for a long time. Now it's over there. Wake up, Australia. You're looking into the eyes of one of the worst kinds of criminals that ever walked the earth.